to Union.
Yo, what is up, good people?
And well, as my man, rest in peace, Dallas Penn would say, internets.
Internets. What's the deal? What's going on? It is AJ here with DJ Larry. This is Mid Carter's In Catering Podcast, episode 86. The guys are back in the building after a very, very eventful Royal Rumble, post Royal Rumble, and a whole lot of other things. I already know why Larry's laughing because it's funny because I kind of want to talk about something real quick that's completely outside of the realm of wrestling because something happened while we were ending that show the last time we were here, and yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, as y'all saw even in the clip that we put out on socials and everything, Luka Doncic, formerly of the Dallas Mavericks, is now a Los Angeles Laker. Anthony Davis, formerly of the Los Angeles Lakers, is a Dallas Maverick. Dalton Connect was a Charlotte Hornet for all of 15 minutes, and now he's back with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's just been a pretty wild whirlwind of things in the world of sports. Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champions.
Yes, they are.
Jalen Shamar Hurts. I actually have to hang that up now. I can't slander Jalen Hurts anymore because
you know what, AJ? I know it was a funny thing because we were laughing at the videos and things like that. But you know, sometimes you joke on people, but it's out of endearment. Because one thing about you, you never implied that he was trash. You never downed the man. You never did any lame shit like that. You always, it's just the man does look like Shamar Moore, bro.
He does.
Legit. Like
he does. He does look like Shamar Moore. But I mean, Jalen Hurts is cool. He's cool, man. He's a cool person. He's a cool guy, good guy. He raised really very well. You know, got a lovely woman in his life. Now he's a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP.
Jordan Brand, get my man signature shoe, man.
Hey,
it's time.
Jordan Brand, that's your guy. That's him, man.
He went out. He won the Super Bowl and band once. Come on, man.
Hey, man. That's I think our fourth black quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
All right, let me guess. Doug Williams.
Yes.
Mahomes.
Yes.
Hurts.
Yes.
And Cam never won one. He came close. Fuck. Who was after?
It's not Randall Cunningham.
Not Cunningham. Not Warren Moons.
Yeah, I can tell you. I mean, I know. Yeah, it's real easy. Russell Wilson. Yeah, Russell Wilson. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, Russell Wilson.
I'm so sorry. It's just he's so racially ambiguous. I legit be forgetting he's black. Because if you would have told me he was like Pacific Islander, I would have believed it and wouldn't have thought nothing of it. So yeah, Russell Wilson for sure. And again, my fault.
Because I had to even like run through. I was like, wait a minute, fourth. I said number 4. No,
you know what
I'm running through the years, and then I was like, oh, bro, the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm just thinking of the memes of like the chart. It's like Hawaiian Russell Wilson, Black Russell Wilson.
He
got the different.
He got the Dwayne in him. Yeah. So he's the fourth one. Jalen Hurts is the fourth one to do it. So I'm very proud of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially, and I hope that he is the fourth of many. You know, next I'm hoping my boy Lamar Jackson gets up there and finally finishes his story as well too. Because in a way, Jalen Hurts' story is kind of parallel to Cody Rhodes. A little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like he lost against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then he returned, and then even when he returned, his attitude was probably a little different. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't the same Jalen.
Yeah, it wasn't the same Jalen Hurts. His energy was different. His confidence was at a different level. You know what I'm saying? And this was like, I have to finish my story, and I think that's really what the basis and the storyline of Jalen Hurts going into the Super Bowl, and he completed it, man. He finished it, so now he's marked in history forever.
I like the fact that he got another opportunity at the quarterback that beat him before. I really like that.
Yeah,
I love that for him. And I also like that he's every time they've tried to knock him down in his career, whether it was he got benched in a national championship game, they were playing games with him at Bama, so he went to Oklahoma. Heisman, like should have got the Heisman, and he turned up there. So it's like NFL, same thing. He faced the adversity, like, oh, he's not gonna live up to the hype. Because remember, he fell in that draft.
I remember.
I was like, why is Hurts falling like this? And to go from that to earning his contract to and for the longest time he gets compared to Wentz and Tua
and even that mini period with Nick Foles.
Like, they were always comparing him, and it's like, listen, man, feel how you want to feel. My boy, as I lovingly called him, because back when he had the dreads, Free Band Jalen won, man. Like, hey,
he won, and you want to know the thing about, how hard it is. Like, I mean, it's hard enough in football to win it all, but it's even more harder to win for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, especially as a black quarterback. Like, I don't think people completely understand how difficult that is, and like, for him to do that, he's Teflon forever, bro. Like, it's going to be Jalen Hurts jerseys that are going to be going platinum and diamond in Philadelphia forever. Like, he's stamped like Iverson out there. You know what I'm saying? Probably even more than Iverson.
Hey, man, point. Look. When you say Philly now, to me, it's Iverson, Hurts, Joe Frazier. The rest, honestly, I mean,
probably Eric Lindros, probably for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, I really can't think of anybody else, man. Like, it's tough for me to say, So it is what it is. Technical difficulties, bro. God damn.
Larry's camera is tweaking.
Yeah, man.
All right, we had a few technical difficulties there, but we back.
Yeah, man. I was about to start talking my shit about Joe Frazier. I was finna get on my Bill Burr 13 minutes. Word. But speaking of 13 minutes, shout out to my boy K-Dot for putting on a hell of a performance in 13 minutes.
Yeah, 13 minutes. Hey, listen. Legendary performance, legendary moment. I think it was probably the grand finale for like just everything that has transpired over the last year. And literally, I mean, and it's funny because we coming up on like literally almost the 1 year of like when the whole thing started, when that happened and everything in that matter. And I think it was a really, really great grand finale to it. I think the direction of the whole thing was fire. Like, the addition of Samuel Jackson, and for the record, everybody, I know it was like, yo, it's a big surprise that's going to be happening at the Super Bowl. I think the big surprise was Samuel Jackson, everyone. It's like, I don't know why y'all like looking for more than that.
But, so I'm going to say this, by the time, I ain't mean to interrupt you, brother.
No, you cool.
By the time y'all hear this week's Show Your Work episode, we will probably have gone. I think me and Nelson said we're going to give our 13-minute response to this and call it a day. So check out that. Man, I'll just say this briefly. I'm happy that Kendrick gave us what Kendrick wanted to give us.
Yeah.
And didn't feel like, hey, I need to get Beyonce, to get Janet Jackson, to get all my TDE homies, to get all put on PG Lang or put on, because guess what? If you want to relive the magic of the pop out, it's still on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
you
it's
can
still on
watch
Amazon.
it anytime.
Also, there is an entire tour.
That's what I was going to get to. A tour
that's
that you
coming
can
where you can explore
go and experience all of
that.
this.
Yeah.
So, hey man, big shout out to Kendrick, SZA. Hey, if you called my girlfriend a loser, I might be crip walking out there too if somebody asked me to come out there. So salute to Serena.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Serena Williams too.
Hey man,
like, that was fine. I mean, she's out there with her hometown homie.
She's from Compton.
She's from Compton.
She's from Compton. So hey.
So I don't.
Hey man.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. She's actually originally from Michigan, but they moved
to Compton. Yeah.
From Compton.
Yeah.
She from Compton, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
hey,
I don't know what more to say.
Money for you. That's what I'm calling that shit. That shit's out Friday. If y'all want to listen to that, go listen to that. Hey, run it up. Tell me how good it is. I may peep out a couple songs or two because I may have some women that like, them and may check it out. But if not, guess what? GNX is out right now. So, hey.
GNX and the GNX tour is off and it's about to be off and popping. I can't wait to go myself.
Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah, man.
Also,
be great.
Speaking of cruising and just, things of that nature, I give you a lot of shit, twin. But all jokes aside though, AJ put out a really, really, really good playlist this week. It's called the Winter Break Tape, and it is out right now on your preferred playlist platform. So I highly suggest that you hit beacons.ai/shootthej. It is right there.
And there's also straight direct links on the Union Beacons as well too.
Make sure you hit that
straight to those playlists.
Yeah, make sure you hit that Union joint, and it's got links to everything that we have going. And I mean, if you know our usernames, it's the same for our beacons for our projects as well. So make sure you tap into that. Shout out to Earl, guest from the stands, and of course, shout out to Nelson, Winston, Young, and show your work. But I just had to give AJ his props, man. It was really good, and we listened to some of the similar music, but I like how you pick some tracks off of, let's say, GameCube that I might not have picked, but I was like, that's fire though. It's still fire. Or like, even other artists on there. So it's a nice, cool tape. I listened to it on the way to work the other day, man. It was dope.
Cool, I appreciate it. I mean, I enjoy doing playlists, man. I mean, I do a lot for myself usually, sometimes, especially like for my favorite artists and things of that nature. I got to get back on it again because I kind of like hadn't did it in a while, but it was always fun to do. And it was just my turn. And I wanted to kick off the series, this little Union mixtape series that we want to do, and so I wanted to kick it off right. I kind of wanted to get into like the general feel of like what we may be feeling at the time where we're trying to break up out of winter and get into that springtime, and sun is coming out a little bit more. So just giving something to give you a nice mix and cruise that's going to take you from the last bit of snow into that sun finally, that 60-degree weather coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That's really what the whole theme of that was, and I had fun putting that together, and I'm very glad about the reception so far. I hope more people tap in and tap into the other projects that the homies over here that we're gonna be putting together for you all real soon.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, okay? Like I'm not. All right. I just have a question. Okay, because we opened up, I talked about Luka Doncic, okay? Now I have to ask this question because I really find it quite interesting because there is conspiracy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sometimes there's some conspiracies and things that come up as to why certain things happen.
Okay.
And it was very interesting to me that why the Luka trade may have happened on the ownership level of things. I want to like gauge you for a second to see how you feel about that. You know what I'm saying? See what's your answer to what I'm going to present. So, you know, the NBA is crossing over into a bigger platform that's really almost getting to a level 2 or maybe a level right below where the NFL is in terms of like the TV deal.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Of
saying? And
course.
TV and where their TV distributions are going to go forward in the near future. And you know, do you feel that ownership, like the different owners of the different teams now are starting to feel like they're caring less about winning nowadays?
Okay.
And I say this,
No, I'm about to get my bag. Go
I
ahead.
say this because because WWE, we can even talk about that, bring WWE into this picture because again, WWE is somebody else that is literally transitioning to a different phase of like their TV
Mm-hmm.
deal and like distribution and how they're doing things. You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily the same because this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But on the other flip side of this, okay, so like I said before, in terms of like caring less about winning because of that TV deal, the owners are going to just make their money anyway.
Mm-hmm.
No matter, you know, no matter what the expenditure is on the team and the overhead in terms of being a owner of a sports franchise, because it seems to be that owning a sports franchise is a lot more valuable nowadays than it used to be, especially
Mm-hmm.
when you have a deal like this TV revenue money that's going to be coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you find that to be true?
And are you saying this trade just made you kind of ponder like the
Yeah,
state of the NBA as a whole?
because think about this. Okay,
Okay.
Luka Doncic was up for a $345 million supermax,
Yes, he was.
and it's because and he would have gotten that supermax because he was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks.
He signed his rookie
He
extension,
signed his rookie extension,
and
and
then he
this would
was
have been the time for him to make him the highest paid player in the
ever,
NBA
ever.
ever, really
Yes.
ever. But
Yeah.
of course, in the current NBA
Of
landscape
course.
too, because there's going to be somebody else that
This
eventually comes and gets
it's always
paid
going
more
to
than
keep
Luca. It's
going
always
up.
going to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
going
yeah.
up.
But for the time period, yeah,
But
he
for
would have
the
been the
time
best.
period, yes.
Best paid.
So Luka Doncic was going to be up for that $345 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you believe that possibly ownership may have saw that coming and was like, "Oh hell no, I don't want to pay this motherfucker." But
All
you
right.
know what? I can make my money anyway. So you know what? Trade him, and he's going to become somebody else's problem.
Let me start off by saying this. All right. Let me walk you through. I want to walk y'all through what's happened since the last time me and AJ were on this camera. All right.
Mm.
So me and AJ did not get a chance to catch our breath after giving y'all the post show because literally during the post show, we had to react to this. He's a Laker fan. I'm a Mad fan for those that are listening to this for the first time and do not know. So
Yeah.
our reactions were fresh.
100%. I wasn't even looking at my phone. I wasn't looking at nothing.
I
The
only looked
entire
at my
time we went.
phone because I have
Yeah.
breaking forth while I have a MacBook, and when somebody tries to FaceTime you, it gives you the option to accept it on your
Oh, yeah,
MacBook.
because it's all
And
iCloud.
so the Marcel anthem, Marcel tried to call, and I was like, why is Marcel FaceTime? Because usually he only does that if it's like important or something crazy.
Yeah.
And I saw, if you guys go look at the end of the episode, you saw our reaction to it. Okay. I had to go in this Discord of ours, this lovely Discord, and give my fresh reactions there. I had no time to grieve. All right.
Yeah.
I leave that. I go to a Grammy party. Shout out to Bitch Pops. I go to a Grammy party, and everybody's like, we saw your reaction. how are you holding up? Like, I'm just getting this Grammy party. I go to work. Shout out to my new job. Oh man, you a Mavs fan? How are you coping, man? Like everywhere I go. You remember in what's that? You remember in Far From Home when he just kept on thinking about Tony Stark? He's like, everywhere I go, I see him.
Oh yeah,
It's just been me with Luka Doncic everywhere. Like I go in my closet, I see nothing.
You see your jerseys.
I see my jerseys. I see, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, hang on 1 second right here because this shirt fell out the clothes hamper. Like, bro, I go in the closet. You see this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I go, it's just Luka this, Luka this, Luka that. Like I go to grab my PlayStation disc from my bookshelf. What's there? My Luka Funko Pop. Like everywhere I go, it's just my boy. So I say that to say I definitely feel like we're not gonna know it now, but there's something drastic that changed within the last 6 months between Nico and Luka. And I feel like Nico was like, hey, yeah, we can re-sign him. I mean, we are the defending West champs, and we can get back if we're healthy. A lot has to happen, but just saying that to say, I feel like he made a business decision. Was like, look, man, like I'm not trying to deal with this guy no more, and I'll take the best that I feel like I can get back for him. Which I love Anthony Davis, so I'm not mad at that trade coming back. But I do feel like there are teams and organizations that literally treat their teams very similar to how Jerry Jones and Woody Johnson treat their NFL franchises, where some years they can be good. Some years it's just, hey, we're the Cowboys. We know we're going to make money. We don't even care. We're going to make this via merch, via, people coming to Dallas to say they, took a picture at the 50-yard line on the star and things of that nature. And then with Woody Johnson, as you've seen, hey, we got Aaron Rodgers, we got Devontae. Like, let's get the attention on us more so than building an actual franchise. Because the point of that, if that wasn't the case, bro, then I feel like more attention would be on OKC in basketball. Like, look at what Presti has done as far as like, building a young roster and, or the Knicks would get more attention as far as like, them building a roster, things like that. I feel like it's more so, like you said, these guys just want to make money and them having the franchise. Yeah. Cause I mean, Dallas has talked about, the organization has talked about building a, resort casino right in the same walking distance area as the arena. So yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be, hey, we have a team here, guys, but I mean, just stay at the resort. And listen, if you think we're something right now doing this, wait till that expansion team comes in Vegas. It's about to be crazy.
You see, here's the thing. I it's funny, you bringing up things because in my mind I see amortization. Okay, and that's an accounting term. That is is amortization. I think that's the proper way of saying it. Now, I'm beginning to believe that, like, I get merch, I get concessions, revenue, money, and all that. But I think when it comes down to TV revenue, none of that stuff really even matters at this point, especially when you can declare losses in terms of money. It's like, hey, I traded away my franchise player and I'm not really making any money. So guess what? I can turn all of that into tax breaks.
Oh, yeah.
And those tax breaks actually save me from low attendance. It saves me from less merch being sold. It's less concessions, less all these things. And I can literally get non-stop tax breaks on this. And this is completely legal, by the way. It's completely legal. And I don't have to worry about paying a max franchise player $345 million. And therefore, I'm just gonna like it's a rabbit hole. It's kind of crazy, but I see it. But I'm just like, yo, did they really do this? Did they really do this?
Well,
Because the thing is, we don't have to pay Luka 345 million.
They do.
We pay him less. We pay him 116 million less because he's not going to qualify for the max deal because we didn't draft Luka Doncic. We traded for him.
Well,
so
the reason why I'm smiling like this for those watching this video, I mean, AJ, I do feel like there is another property on Turner National TV that's doing the same amortization.
I think it might be. I think they might be.
Like,
but
there's another entity
that's why that's why they was trying to push so hard for a TV deal, trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So they can not declare the losses from those very, very empty arenas that they be in every single 2 to 3 times out the week. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I don't know. But again, you don't have super max players in wrestling. I mean, you do
a few.
You have a
few.
It's very few. I mean, I'm not pocket watching here. I don't know how much a Roman Reigns.
All right. If I had to give 5, just 5, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. No matter how I feel about him as a person, Ospreay right now for what
I can say Will
Ospreay, Rollins, probably at one point, especially for what he meant to Japan, I would probably say Okada at one point for sure. But I mean, you
can say CM Punk today.
CM Punk is like, it's so funny because he's from Chicago. Punk is like Jordan on that second 3P with the Bulls. Like, I'm signing 1-year deals, like whatever.
Just so y'all can keep the team together.
I'm signing 1-year deals. That's Punk. So, and there's others. I mean, I'm not trying to, like you said, we be here all day counting pockets, but like outside of that, it's a lot of amortization going on.
It's very interesting to me, like why certain things happen, and then just seeing like how billionaires just skate on by with just the different moves that they make, and it's just silly to me. It's very silly to me. Because again, I mean, Luka said it himself in his presser. They said, hey, there was an idea that you might not sign that 345 man. Well, Luka looked at them like, bro, come on. Like, stop it. I'm signing at 345. I just bought a $15 million house.
Not only was he going to sign the 345, even if he didn't care about the team no more, that's what players do. They take the extension and then they ask for the trade.
And then they ask for a trade. And then that's it. Like,
that's it.
And Luka's 25 years old. Like, I'm 25 and I'm about to be paid the most. Like, I'm signing this. Are you insane? Yes. Like, this is retire at 30 money, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
On a non-joking basis, like, there's something that definitely happened between him and Nico where there was trust lost, and I do feel like there is a little bit of credence to what the Mavericks were saying about concerns about conditioning, things like that. However, guys, that is a small bit to me to what I feel like the actual problem is. And I've been paying attention. There's been shots from Kyrie low-key. There's been shots from Dumont, the owner. There's been shots about words used are such as winning attitude and wanting the best for the team and coming in with a positive energy. And it's a lot of things that tend to let me know that there's something bigger at play than just, I thought he was fat and that was it. There's a bigger play at hand. But hey, man, never in my life did I think that is how Luka was going to leave the Mavericks. But I mean,
I never thought he would leave at all. But
I'm not. Me neither. But I mean,
his statue was going to be right out there with Dirk's.
Hey, I had to go to sleep. I had to wake up like you did and be like, this motherfucker's really a Laker now. Like, this is crazy. But I wasn't on no sore loser shit when I was talking to y'all. I mean, I still think we came out okay. I mean, not only did we get AD, Max Christie is nice.
He's definitely showing some shedding some skin, shedding. Yeah.
And I think, we have a bright future ahead of us as an organization. We have room to make, and Bradley Beal is still stuck with the Phoenix Suns. So hey,
and that's the biggest joke of them all. Hey, there you have it right there. I really don't have nothing else on that note.
Hey man, hey, stay tuned to the union as a whole, because I mean, going into college basketball rivalries, going into the playoffs, going into this off season, it's about to get real interesting out here for sure. So
very much
hey man.
But hey, let's kick it over to some wrestling stuff and then get the hell up out of here like we always do.
Let's do it.
Mid Carters and Catering Patreon is live and direct with exclusive access to the Union Discord and loads of extra content like Radio MIC, Luchador Mount Rushmore, and Icon. Beginning only at $3. Subscribe today.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
So something took place today. The PlayStation State of Play.
It did.
Today. Had a strong start. I would say it had a pretty strong start, and then it just kind of had a fart of an ending. I was just like, "Yo, that's it." But that's neither here nor there. I'm sure it's going to be talked about on Show Your Work at some point, and everything like that. But there was an interesting segment of the State of Play, which honestly is like maybe the first time this ever happened. WWE 2K25 had literally a slot in the State of Play today. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, all right, what are we cooking over here in WWE nowadays to where we showing up on State of Play now? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, we all know WWE 2K is a multi-platformer, so this is on Xbox, it's on Steam, is on probably on the Switch 2, whatever. But I think for the first time ever, they used this time to unveil the new mode that is coming to WWE 2K called The Island. Now for us 2K players out there, NBA 2K, specifically myself, I do play NBA 2K. I'm an association player though. I don't play
same.
I don't really play online. That's really some past the time thing with me with 2K type of thing. There's this nice thing called The City. I think it's called The City nowadays.
It's The City.
When it's your My Career, all that and everything, The City, where you play on the park, playing a rec, everything like that. It looks like for the first time ever, WWE is now taking the next step in moving into the same type of space with The Island, where this is the interactive place for online WWE 2K experience. Like this is where it's going. Where I mean,
so for the record, as AJ is speaking, I'm watching this trailer on mute because I'm seeing this for the first time.
You're seeing this for the first time.
Yeah. And oh wow.
Yeah. So it's basically taking the elements of The City that's in NBA 2K and it is transforming it into the almost same type of experience there is for WWE. And this is the first time this has ever happened since WWE. So microtransactions and everything and the like is now about to be a part of WWE 2K25. I think it's even got a Jordan store on there.
Bro, there's a Jordan store, there's a Nike store, there's stores named after wrestlers,
Yeah,
there's vaults, there's a physical Hall of Fame. There's Roman Reigns staring down and looking at me like a God of War boss.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, so it's an
there's
island of relevancy if everybody doesn't know.
this looks like if the challenge and Lucha Underground put on the Patara earrings and just
And
like
this came
fused
together
together.
over the
Yeah.
internet. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
this is. Like, so my guess is it's going to be a lot of similar things there, like, you know, the park, the rec. I'm not sure what they'll be called, but you know, you probably be able to go there and have matches online. You know, it's probably a ranking system, everything of that matter. Probably also linked side by side with my team or my faction. That's my faction. Some my faction rewards may cross over into this, just like it crosses over into the regular modes on WWE, because it started with WWE 2K24, where my faction started crossing over into single player events and everything. Um, Me personally, I'm not a fan. Like I'm not a fan because I'm not a fan of it on NBA 2K at all. This is very interesting to me though. It's very funny. Like I'm like, okay, wow, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going.
Uh,
I,
I mean,
I mean, we asked y'all to make universe mode better, and we haven't seen universe mode yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
May have changed.
yeah.
Promos are coming or returning back, so that's a good sign
All right.
that may be returning to universe mode. But yeah.
Okay. Here's why I'm not surprised by this for two main reasons.
Mm.
Reason one is it is 2K. And
Yes, unfortunately,
I feel like we all subconsciously felt that this day was gonna come. It just didn't happen for a while, and it was like, all right,
yeah,
it's
it
usually
hasn't happened. Like, and you're right because you want to. This generation of 2K started at 22. It
exactly,
started at 22.
exactly.
So this has been 3 years. So you're in a way you're right. You're
I
right.
feel like we thought that this day would eventually come. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then number two, and the real reason I believe this is happening. Okay. We are wrestling fans. We have a wrestling podcast. We watch wrestling shows. People that listen to us are either listening to this because they like us, they like wrestling, or all three of the above. So thank you guys.
Mhm.
You have to do something drastic and do something people universally rock with in order to get 2K players.
Mhm.
And when I mean 2K players, I mean guys that literally only play Madden, 2K, Call of Duty,
Call of Duty.
GTA, right?
Yeah.
And which, by the way, Take Two Interactive is going to run it up this year because they got WWE doing this. Then they got Mafia in the summer. Then they got NBA 2K and GTA
And
this
GTA in
year.
the fall.
Yeah, give them everything now. Just it is what it is. All right, I'm bringing this up to say you had to do something drastic in order to convince those people to buy WWE, right? Because it's like,
Mhm.
well, I already got NBA 2K. Why would I buy PGA? Why would I buy anything else 2K sports related, right?
Mhm.
Well, they don't make baseball anymore, so that's not happening. They don't make the NFL anymore. Wish they did, but it's not.
Yeah.
No college football, that's not happening. No college basketball yet, so that's not.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what can you do? Then I think about WWE specifically under Nicholas Khan and Paul Triple H Levesque. And in this time period, I have not only seen more WWE superstars on television properties outside of WWE, on sneaker shopping with Joe LaPuma.
Mhm.
I don't think the island happens, honestly, without Fanatics Fest taking place the way it did.
Yeah. That's what I was. That's a little bit of what I'm thinking in my mind. Like
I feel,
WWE World, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel
this is
like when
that
they
in the video game.
announced, I feel like when
Yeah.
they announced Roman Reigns' Jordan deal last year, this was like we're gonna build steps up for what's gonna happen next. Because I feel like I'm saying all that to say, guys, there's a reason why you pick Roman Reigns to cross over with that crowd that you want to bring in. Because there are people who don't watch wrestling, but they know who Roman
They know
Reigns
who
is.
Roman is, yeah.
And they see Roman as a cool guy. And while I think Cody's a cool guy, he was on the cover last year, but while I think Cody's a cool guy, while I think Seth is a cool guy, I like Punk. That wouldn't have been a bad choice to me. Roman Reigns brings in multiple people into this. And then by the time his Bloodline collection comes out, I'm pretty sure there'll be you buy the shoe and connect it to like, connect the count. There's going to be so much. There's going to be, I'm pretty sure, VC points and things like that now.
And that's what I was just. I was like, yo, the fact that VC is about to be a thing in WWE 2K is absolutely insane.
Oh yeah, bro. When you go to your local SmackDown, Raw, WWE live tape, and you buy this special shirt,
they throw the QR code on the screen. You do that. That's 100. Oh, here's 100,000 VC for WWE 2K. Just scan with your phone.
Yep, scan with your phone right now,
man.
Oh yeah, because you have to think, bro. They have to do this because you have to compete with Fortnite. You have to compete with all these other free-to-play games, the mobile games. You have to give those people something. And I mean, I'll say this. In comparison to 2K, I trust WWE more than I do with NBA because at the end of the day, no one wants to deal with a grind process for their character. No one wants to deal with that. I'm okay with it, but I am curious to see how this first year rollout is going to be. And for them to get the PlayStation showcase, I don't think Sony would have gave them that just off of just not having a look at this and thinking it was going to be profitable for them, especially quality wise. You don't want to promote something that people will come back on you because it won't affect Xbox if they do it. It'll be like, well, you guys told us this was going to be fire and it wasn't. So yeah.
Now the thing is like the thing that I that is one positive I will say about 2K since 2022, it has gradually gotten better.
Yes,
every so from 22 to 23 got better. 23 to 24 got better. I'm only expecting 24 to 25 to get better. They're going to add, I've already been watching videos of things that that might have been in the series in the past, but it's returning. Like chain wrestling is returning back to the game. And, promos is returning back to the game, and like different tweaks that they've added.
The backstage fights.
The backstage is in that, like the wrestling in the WWE vault is pretty cool. It can't stop here. It has to get better for 26. That's the thing.
Yes,
it has to get better for 27. Like I can't. It can't regress. Like that's the problem with NBA 2K. You got comfortable in the city, and the city is what sells the damn game. That's the problem. Like the city is what sells,
and not the gameplay,
not the gameplay,
but the city is what sells.
But the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the other problem with NBA 2K is that the players who are listened to the most are the ones who are in the city. So shooting on 2K ends up sucking because they accommodate the people that play online, but they don't care nothing about the people that play association.
Yep.
Because shooting, y'all change up the shooting over there. That means shooting is going to get changed up in association. It's going to make my playing experience uncomfortable.
Wouldn't it be funny as hell if they like found a way to be like, hey, you spent all this VC on NBA 2K. We're going to throw you some extra bonus accounts because you got some bonus gear and bonus attire because you have a 2K account. Like, I think
they're too greedy for that.
They're going to find a way to like I ain't gonna say they're gonna give us a lot. I'm saying they're gonna find a way to entice people to get a 2K sports package, which to me,
probably at some point,
which to me, I think that's even more reason why WWE did this deal and kept this partnership going, because now with all these different streaming partners and platforms are on, WWE is actually being viewed as pure sport, not just entertainment. The entertainment factor is there, but we're starting to see like, okay, they're not just treating this like WWE no more. It's like, oh, pick a girl, pick a guy, pick somebody, choose your career path. Now they telling you, hey, same way you like to go to NBA 2K and buy J's, go buy J's and WWE
and WWE too. If you want, you want to put some Jordans on and wrestle with Jordans.
Yeah, hey,
we got them right here in 2K.
Like, man, you want to get your Central C man them tech fleece, like go right there.
Go right there. go right there in the Nike store and get you some tech fleece, and you can wrestle in tech fleece like it. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is really crazy, and it's funny that you also bring up how you like WWE is like it's expanding, like it's becoming more and putting and working partnerships outside of that, because the lovely Bailey is she is
All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend, like All-Star Celebrity Game. Bailey is playing in the Celebrity Game at All-Star Weekend. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, she is from the Bay Area.
But in the past they would just show her in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Now she's in the game. Like
she's playing in the game. So it's just kind of like, okay, this is not like how we saw this back in the day at all. Like this is a different level.
Nah, this is not the World Tour and No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 and just bring it that we know, bro. Like this is a completely different ball game. But I said ball game because shit's getting real now.
Yeah, like, it's getting real.
Shit's getting real now, man. So
Now, I will have to slide this over to the other side of that.
Okay, sure.
Because some interesting things took place over the last week and a half. I want to say WWE releases took shape. We got some releases, man.
Okay. Do we have a list of the releases?
Yes. Okay. I have a list here. And I will go by them one by one.
Okay.
To start, we have Cedric Alexander was released. Paul Ellering and Authors of Pain also out of there. Sonya Deville, who really just came back, also released. Isla Dawn. I always mess her name up.
It's cool. It sound. Yeah, some people say Isla. That's the thing. So,
Isla Dawn is out. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson both released. Someone I completely forgot about that was on main roster, Blair Davenport, also released as well. And to also add on to that, Electric Lopez also released by WWE. Yeah, man. I think I hope I didn't. Kind of like a surprising one to me, but like, damn, it's kind of like, damn. Giovanni Vinci also released by WWE as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna hit these one by one. So Cedric Alexander was first. Mm-hmm. I want to see Cedric back maybe a year from now, 2 years from now as a trainer. I want to see Cedric back as a trainer, if possible.
I want to see Cedric go to TNA.
Now, here's a huge thing with this that I am paying close attention to. A lot of these names have total nonstop action written all over them, right? Now, it's also interesting because in the past, it was like TNA is just TNA. Like that's just what they do. They just go and they pick up the scraps, they keep them for like some change, a year and some change, and then either you rehabilitate yourself or you get worse than what you were when you left WWE, and we just don't care no more.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about TNA now is their close partnership with WWE. So I wonder if it's a thing of, hey, we can't justify paying you this WWE salary anymore. But if you go to TNA and get because TNA does tapings, get your taping salary, get your indie dates where you can get booked and you got more freedom to go get more money. And then if you get yourself hot, we'll bring you back. I hope that's the case, because if that's not the case, it puts TNA in an awkward position, because it's like, okay, we're picking up released talent, even though there's this like it's kind of weird, because like obviously we know NXT is like a crossover thing that we've been seeing, and we'll talk about that a little bit in a second. But just it's interesting with these names, because like if TNA is like, hey, we're not gonna pick these names up, then it's like MLW maybe, or Japan, or because here's the thing, like Cedric in particular said, don't go over there with don't, and and y'all know what I mean when I say over there. Don't go over there.
I don't see that happening.
And
after how his wife was being disrespected,
I don't think he's ever going over there.
So. Yeah, I don't think so.
And don't take my friends is over there shit either. Don't forget what happened to you. Like, don't forget that shit. Yeah. As far as that goes, though, as far as Cedric Alexander got X Division champion written all over him, dog. Like, all over him. So if he ends up in TNA, I won't be surprised. Now, Paul Ellering and AOP.
Man, look, y'all stink, bro. Like, y'all stink. Y'all stink, man. Hey, when y'all came back, I said y'all stink. Hey, nothing changed. Y'all didn't do nothing but just stand there and be big.
I just want to.
And Paul Ellering just got a free check. Like,
I just want to say
y'all stink.
I just want to say, I know he just released his book. He might need to put out a deluxe edition, and I'm talking about Karrion Kross, because man, the stuff they stick him with, man, like, yo,
he's a survivor, bro.
Bruh, hey, salute.
Hey,
salute.
If he's just there just to troll Sami Zayn and troll
everybody,
hey, so be it.
But his character work, I will give him credit. His character work has been interesting the last year and a half since he's been back. So I give him his true credit. The next release was Sonya Deville, which was reported that they felt like she reached her ceiling. And
I mean, she reached her ceiling about 5 years ago
when Mandy Rose was there.
Yeah, so Mandy was there. You stink.
Yeah. Listen, I shout out the friend of the show, Donnie Lucci. I said this like maybe 2 weeks ago before all this madness. That Zoe Stark's dropkick she did on Raw, where Tessitore was losing his mind, that saved her job. And not to say that she doesn't have talent, because we always felt like she could go. It's just her promos and charisma was just lacking. But her in-ring ability is insane. Like, she can go.
She need to watch it though. She need to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Like when I say she need to watch it, I mean she needs to continue to find a way.
Oh yeah, no, because
up the ante.
She listen. This is the cutoff line right here. Like you literally are like right here.
Yeah.
One false move and it could be a. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I agree. And same thing with Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler is beloved by the locker room, and plus Shayna has been more than willing to go down to NXT for a couple weeks or a month to put over some talent.
Blood sport.
She's their roughneck version of Natty, basically.
Yeah,
like she'll go do other stuff. So salute to her. All right, Blair Davenport. Hey man, she made the main roster, and there was a tryout match
Yeah, it didn't work. Like, look, sometimes and that's why when y'all be clamoring and crying online talking about these people deserve to go to main roster, like they've been in NXT too long, they've been this and everything like that, and then they eventually go up and they don't do anything. It's like, yo, y'all sending them lambs to the slaughter sometimes, bro.
I
Like
mean,
sometimes they're just not. They get up there and it just doesn't translate, bro.
but
That's just really what that was with Blair Davenport.
I think, and again, it was a tryout match. She had her trial was with Naomi. Naomi also had the trial with Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm.
Look who ended up going where from there.
Yeah, it's Tiffany Stratton.
And that's what I'm saying. And Blair Davenport, like, okay, listen, if Tegan Knox didn't make it, I don't know what made people think Blair Davenport was going to make it too much longer. Like literally, and you got to remember, man, there is no NXT UK right now, so she can't go back over there. Yeah. If she goes back to NXT, that roster is crowded. Sometimes a roster gets crowded, and you just have to make room for what you have, and that's what I view these releases going to the Good Brothers. Go start that food truck, like word to Eve.
Yeah, go start a food truck, retire. Like, hang it up.
Hey, like, no, this is not shade.
They made a lot of money. Y'all have made a lot of money.
This is not funny. Hey, go run it up in Japan again, bro. Go ahead, go run it up.
I mean, hey, yeah, what do you have to lose?
Y'all are legends over there. Go really run it up. Like, hey, that's just where. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at, okay. And then the last one was who we're forgetting? Giovanni Vinci.
We got Isla Dawn still.
Oh yeah, I know.
Isla Dawn
is
this again. You're a casualty of the main roster. Like you're just. It's like you just. Now I'm surprised that Alba is still there. But I feel like she's probably in the same. He's in the same boat as Zoe Starks right now.
Alba Fire has a Pete Dunne level thing with her, meaning like if they want to flip the switch and turn her back to Kaylee Ray, they can do that to focus on her as a single star, and she could be a good foe for any of those mid-card champions. So I think that's
that too, because we do have a mid-card title.
So that's where she fits. As much as I think Isla Dawn's character is good. Some of her in ring, she's missed some of the matches you watch, missed spots. You like, ugh.
It's kind of like a better Gigi Dolan almost.
So, no. It is, and it's like maybe she gets more time to enhance her craft on the indies. I mean, but same thing happened to Andy Hartwell. Like, I mean, same type of casualty thing. And listen, I love the character of Elektra Lopez, but other than just being fine, what did she offer? Like, listen, there's only so much TV time, man. And listen, I hate that it had to be her, but at the same time, if you honestly did not have any plans for her, I don't know. I mean, look at Candice LeRae, bro. Candice LeRae is she's a veteran, but one thing about Candice LeRae that I give her, even if her style of wrestling may not be for you, she always gives 100% effort every time she goes out there. And she's been rewarded lately by being in bigger storylines because of that. So it is what it is.
Look, this may be a hot take right now. I think LWO has done more harm than help. Listen.
Well, I mean,
I think it's done more harm than
even LW. I'm not cape of LWO right now,
especially when you pinning them against Legato. Like
here's the thing, bro.
And then they split it up. I know they split it up finally, but they literally was at each other's neck for like a year.
Everything after them splitting it up is where I'm looking at. Like, okay. Santos has shown he can carry in that ring. The Garzas lately have been cooking as a tag team for the time they've been getting. What has Elektra Lopez brought to the table?
Yeah, she wasn't bringing nothing other than being fine.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, again, at some point,
I mean, even Zelina has been doing big thing. Like I'm so glad that they broke her away from the LWO and put her on on SmackDown, because I'm like, yeah, now she can go and do it by herself. She can be a star on her own and everything like that. The same thing wasn't happening for Elektra Lopez.
And there's a difference.
It wasn't.
There's a difference in what Zelina brings to people's characters, because I can even see her and Andrade coming back together as a on screen thing. Mm-hmm. Look at how good that looked versus how Elektra and Santos looked. It just wasn't the same. Yeah, and Santos has shown he doesn't need somebody to speak for him. He's because he's good on the mic.
Like Andrade literally has Zelina because he couldn't talk. You know what I'm saying?
And then now Andrade can talk for himself. So it's like, what was the purpose? And now Zelina could be the next US champion down the line. Mm-hmm. She could finally get her moment. So it sucks, Elektra Lopez, but Godspeed with whatever you may do. I mean, hey, if there is some room for you, maybe in like a AAA or something like that, hey, let's see if you can get your in-ring work together. And, maybe one day down the line, we might see you in a crossover. Now, Giovanni Vinci, also known as Fabian Eichner.
Yeah, man. Hey, I have some hope for him. Like when I knew it was kind of over was like they brought back the Giovanni Vinci character. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay,
after he got hold, mind you.
After he got hold, I'm like, cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then they did a quick roll up. I was like, oh no, it's over. I said, it's over, bro. He's done. I said, yeah, this is done, bro. Yeah, he's done.
Cooked product, bro.
Yeah, I said, yo.
National TV cooked product, bro.
I mean, he got one of the hardest entrances to me too. I was like, damn, like this dude interest, like this is about to be good television. Like this is gonna be cold, bro. They did that roll up on him. I said, yeah, it's over, bro. Like this is cooked.
Hey man, it's like, bro, did you turn down a charity option? Did you mess with someone's girlfriend? Like, what did you do, man?
And then also it's like you gotta you see. Look, okay, so I don't know how much. I mean, I believe you probably pay attention as much as I do.
I do.
But I want to point out something for our audience. Like, if you haven't noticed, like on Raw, Imperium is not really together anymore.
They're not at all.
Ludwig is off on his own.
Catching fades.
Fades.
He's trying to convince Pete Dunne, a sworn enemy of the past.
Yeah, like
to team up to beat up Luchas.
Yeah, to take on Luchas. Like and Gunther is off on Jey Uso business and all that stuff. And it's like for a while, they just haven't been together. And Ludwig has stood on his own. You know what I'm saying? And
had fire matches, mind you.
And had some fire matches. Had a really nice series with Sheamus and everything.
Braun Breaker. I mean, I used that meme where he slapped the shit out of him.
So, but it's like you look over Vinci, you like, oh, you getting rolled up. All right.
And then he's just backstage, like he a casualty of Jacob Fatu whooping niggas' asses. You see Vinci get his ass beat on the side too.
Yeah, like this is what. Oh, okay.
Something going on, man.
Something going on. I think I recall hearing about some type of. He had maybe some heat.
The alleged rumor.
When they were on Raw.
The alleged rumor is that he had heat because of like he allegedly was messing with Tiffany Stratton, and that's.
Oh,
Ludwig's girl
trying to spit at too.
Spit game and
that's Ludwig woman. Yeah.
And it was like the locker room wasn't fucking with it, and then it became again, this is all speculation. I don't know, guys.
That's what I thought I was hearing. But that's what I thought.
It was speculation, but I just want to just say it could be sometimes Hunter may just look at somebody and be like, so what are you gonna do? Yeah. And if you're not gonna impress me,
get out.
I got a whole, mind you, you brought up a great point earlier. You were talking about, people say, oh, they need to bring these people up, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a report that came out not too long ago, where Nick Khan himself and others gave their timeline of their expectation. They want these recruits to be ready within a certain time frame. Like it's like either 18 months or 20. You have a clock that's going in order for you to get to that main roster. And if you're not ready,
and you want to know what makes this even more difficult now, what's putting fire on your ass even more right now, LFG and Evolve.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
they're not playing.
And
bro.
WWID, yes, they are showing you
like,
hey, look at him, look at her. They are on the way.
Yeah, they're not playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's really like they're really like, yo, we have this collective ecosystem where we are dealing with professional wrestling stars.
Yes,
you are not meeting that criteria. You got until such and such date. And yes, I will do it before.
It's a job.
I will do it before WrestleMania. If you ain't there,
every job, if you're there long enough, you have a performance evaluation where your supervisor comes in and says, okay, hey, AJ, this is what I feel like you could have done better. This is what you've been doing. Like, I need you to hit these criteria. Like, whether it's you do sales, you have to sell a certain amount. If you deal with consumers, hey, I need surveys and reviews on your calls, your interactions, or something. I need to see, like, hey, you're on time, you're doing these things. And who's to say some of these people weren't willing to? Because, all right, I'm gonna cut myself off to say, at the end of the day, in order to keep a job, you have to be able to show why you belong. And if these guys aren't creative enough, Hunter's doing them a favor. Let them go and find themselves and come back when they're themselves.
And also, this is the other side of a favor that he's doing for you too. He's drafting you to main roster. Like literally, they're drafting you to main roster. You're getting promoted. If you don't act, if you don't do well with what I just gave you, then hey, I'll give it to you another way. And that's by sending you off and finding yourself and finding something that works and everything. And maybe then we'll come back to this. But if you go off and you get lost, you just lost. And that's just what it is.
And that's always business. You know that's the WWE way, though, bro. I was watching Drew McIntyre hop, skip, and dance and get his ass kicked by Rosebuds before he left. Now Drew McIntyre is Drew fucking McIntyre.
Yeah.
You know, that has to happen sometimes with these people. So,
sometimes it doesn't happen to everybody, but sometimes it happens. It happens to those that want it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what separates the best of the best.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like I honestly looked at that list. I don't see any of them coming back ever. I mean, I just don't see that. Like if there was one person I can say, I mean, I don't know. I'm
gonna throw one out there. I'm gonna throw 1.5 out there. I'm gonna throw Isla Dawn out there off the idea that maybe she can go and wrestle her ass off and come back, you know, as a single star, and you know, or because you know her character has been involved with like, you know, the dark arts and things like that. So maybe she can craft that character. The half a star goes to, I would say, Elektra Lopez off the idea that if she got better in ring and also maybe down the line, you know, character wise, there may be something there, but she has to find herself outside of being this manager type that doesn't work.
As long as I have a Lola Vice, I don't know.
Now also, hold on. Now, my brother. Hold on.
I don't know.
It's not just Lola Vice. There's a lot of them in that.
Oh no, I'm just picking Lola Vice out because I'm like.
But you know what's funny about Lola Vice, and just keeping it tall.
Yeah.
As much as I like Lola Vice's in-ring stuff, hey, some of that character work.
Yeah, it's not. You gotta
pick it up.
You gotta pick it up.
When you get drafted and you get sent to.
Yeah, it ain't going. It's different. It's different it's different on
hey,
Netflix. It's different on USA. It's different, man. It's not the same.
Because that's what I give Jakara and Lash Legend. Thank you, because her name was slipping my mind right now. That's what I give them. They've got the character work for the most part figured out. If they can get the ring work down packed a little bit cleaner, it's over, because they've already got.
I mean, you saw the pop Lash got at the Royal Rumble, bro. Like,
yeah,
people love Lash. Like,
people love Lash.
Yeah, they love Lash, and that's what they want from all of you. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
so,
and this is somebody that was on Level Up a lot,
and this is why. Yeah, and this is why, if you got the character down packed, the ring work can be fixed, because at the end of the day, the character work is what's selling the product. Trick Williams' ring work is okay. I ain't dissing, bro. I'm just being honest. It's cool, right? He has, as we like to call him, he's Booker Johnson. All right, like that's his in-ring game as of today. But his character work, his promos, that is what makes him sell. Even someone like Lexus King, right? Brian Pillman Jr. His character work is carrying him in comparison to his ring work, because that's something that can be tweaked. But if you don't, anybody can be the best wrestler and just scrapping and suplexing all day. What are you going to talk and sell to people?
Yeah.
Because you have to sell t-shirts. If you're a luchador, you have to sell masks. You have to sell these things to people, like, because the end goal is for you to be able to be, hey, I'm at this local signing, and people show up. Like, it made me so proud when I saw they took Rey Mysterio off the local signing in Nashville for cricket, and they replaced him with Penta, and that line was still deep as hell. You know why?
Yeah.
Because Penta can go in the ring, and even on that mic, even though he doesn't even speak English as a first language, crazy on the mic. Yeah. So, yeah.
Which means he'll be fine once, like when you talk about a WWE world that's post Rey Mysterio, Penta is ready to take that
mantle. Numero uno.
Literally ready to go.
And I mean, in a great place that you have it, mind you, with Penta, with Santos, with Andrade, with Dragon. Like, it's not like they don't have any. It was a point where they were just like, anybody we can get. But now all of the best are in that company.
Now, it's so funny. You know, we bring up people like Penta. We bring up people like Ethan Page, Lexus King. A certain company that they once belonged to just happened to have releases of their own within the recent week and a half or so. And I don't necessarily want to call them releases, maybe end of contracts. I'm not sure, whatever.
Man,
I want to say that they're end of contracts because they're free to go work wherever. So let's do a little bit of a timeline here. I think first, one of them that was just largely awaited in terms of like their final release. They haven't been on TV. They haven't, it hasn't been doing much of anything in terms of activity, and that is Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks was free and able to go do whatever he wants and everything of that matter. So it started off with him. Actually, I think it started with Malachi Black.
Oh no, it started. Okay.
So it started with Ricky?
Okay. Technically speaking, right? Because you have Malachi Black, who his contract came up on Monday. Ricky Stark's contract came up on Monday. And then Miro came up on Monday. Now, the timeline is this. With Alistair Miro, right? Malachi Miro, whatever you want to call it. Allegedly, when we all reacted to the news of Vince being let go and Hunter taking over, they were like, hey, creative man is gone and our guy is back in control. We don't want to work here anymore. And it was like, I'm not letting you out of your contract. This was almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
Longer than that. Actually, longer than that.
I wasn't trying to go back that far,
but I'm just saying. So, but in recency, though, I mean, I'm saying that to say then Starks got screwed because he was a Punk guy.
Punk and Cody got really.
Well, Cody for sure. Cody's his OG.
Yeah.
Punk. He was a Punk guy on Collision.
Oh yeah. He was.
That's what I mean. He was a Punk guy on because Cody had been gone by this point.
Yeah.
He was a Punk guy.
Yeah.
Punk leaves. Ricky is out there on a man on his own, putting him in bullshit programs. I mean, I knew it was done for him when he cooked Adam Copeland.
Cope.
Yeah, he Cope.
Yeah, whatever.
Bullshit. Yeah, when he cooked him and you saw him legit getting mad, like, yeah, I knew it was done for him. So I'm just giving people the timeline of saying like how long it's been since we've been expecting these releases. And then I just find it funny that like all of these contracts magically ended on Monday.
Free to go. Free to like no restrictions, no 90-day clauses.
But Ray Phoenix is still
Ray Phoenix. We're still waiting for Ray. We're still waiting for Ray Phoenix. I think he's the last one. I
think it's supposed to be like June, bro. Summertime. He's supposed to.
Please let my Lucha go. Let my
Lucha go, bro. For real. Like
yeah. So all of these magically just now. At first, I had an idea, right? I had an idea of like when certain things may move. And Tuesday happened. Okay.
Oh, it did.
Tuesday happened. All right.
Yes, it did.
Now, out of the three people we just talked about, there's one of them I don't see coming back at all.
I know it's Miro. I know.
Yeah, I don't see Miro. I don't see
Miro. You fucking hate Miro. I know.
I don't see Miro in this situation. And why I don't see Miro is because I don't see where he fits into the landscape of what we have today. I just don't see it. Unless you want to put him in some NXT shit, it's cool. But the other side of that is like what? You do a one-off with Gunther and what? That's that. But I don't see where I think if you add Miro to this, he's going to be on a list of releases a year from now. Like I just don't, I don't see it, bro.
I think Miro, if you add him to NXT, and let's say he's a North American champion realm wrestler, right? I think you give those crowds of 500 to 1,000 people that you're trying to service weekly, because whether it's in full, the Performance Center, Full Sail, or if it's on the road in these 1,000, 2,000 seat arenas, it gives them a familiar face that they can say, oh, okay, well, he's here, so I may. But here's the thing about Miro, to your point. I disagree. I think he could fit in NXT, but the thing I will agree with you on is he's 100% not needed now more than
no, he's not needed.
He's not needed. I honestly feel like Miro's best bet is TNA.
Yeah, TNA, I see TNA. I see even like a little Japan run.
I think he'd be
if he don't have no type of obligations or any type of restrictions that would keep him from going to Japan. I can see that.
I 100% see that. Now, something else.
I love to see him versus Jeff Cobb. That would be something.
Well, Cobb's. I don't know if Cobb resigned yet. Cobb's contract was coming up too. So
whatever.
But I'm just saying.
I'm with you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. But there is one more that you probably wouldn't have thought to bring up, and it's so there is a wrestler in Mexico that's big. His name is Dr. Wagner, right? It's a big. If you see his mask,
I'm not familiar.
If you saw his mask, you probably like, okay, I've seen his mask before. So his son is El Hijo del Dr. Wagner, which means the son of Dr. Wagner Jr. So he was a big like, okay, where will he go? And WWE was very interested in signing him. Now he ended up doing a year contract with AAA. Now, before this, he was the heavyweight champion in Noah, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like there was interest in bringing him over, but he ends up going to AAA. Now, I want to give you a key thing about this. He re-signed with AAA. He signed with AAA like 2 days ago, right? But it was for a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's very telling because typically a company will try to get you for 2 or 3 years. He signed a 1-year deal. Now he comes out and says, "Hey, I had talks with WWE, and I just feel the importance of Mexico and all that." Right? This is what my translation was to that. I feel like he got that call from Paul that said, "Hey, I did want you, but keep the streak up. We'll be in contact in a year." Because
that's possible.
After what just happened Monday, ain't no room for you right now, big dog. Ain't no room for you right now. Nah.
It's not no room. I mean,
it's not no room, big dog.
Now Malachi. Now, in my mind, I was like, okay, Raw after Mania. But again, Tuesday happened.
So
that brings me to some type of thought like, yo, he can show up at any time at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Any brand.
On any brand. Like, so, hey, we own Aleister Black, Malachi Black watch right now. Now, we keep saying Tuesday because someone didn't mess around when it came down to Monday. And that is none other than Ricky Starks, because
I've been waiting 24 hours to do this. So
yeah, Ricky Starks.
No music.
Just a microphone, an NXT microphone,
and
live on CW, silk shirt. And look, I don't have my Twitter accounts no more, but I remember specifically tweeting to Ricky Starks saying, "Hey, I got this down here in Florida waiting for you." And that was the WWE Performance Center shirt.
Yep.
And Ricky Starks responded to me. He said, "Hey, that ain't Prada." And then I started getting all these AEW indie neckbeard jerks over here responding to that tweet. Yeah. Incels just trying to, throw it in the trash. Like, fuck WWE, all that, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so funny that Tuesday
he's
happened.
Big. You know what? And it's funny because, all right,
he's bigger than the Performance Center.
But it's crazy how all of those former AEW signings, with the exception of Penta, because Penta is Penta and Cody was Cody, they all went down to that Performance Center. So I guess they got Penta and Jacob and Cody and Jade all confused, but look at where all 4 of those are right now.
Interesting.
Huh. Yeah, it kind of means they're an anomaly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, Ethan Page can cut a promo like anybody else, right? But where is he still?
NXT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ricky Starks
whatever.
bigger than
the Performance Center, but hey, whatever, bro.
Okay.
It's almost like you want to introduce him to the audience, the WWE audience, who have no idea who he is. Because let me tell you something. If he came out there with a microphone on Netflix, everyone would have been. Some of us were like, "Oh my gosh, yo, Ricky Starks," but a lot of people would have been like, "Who is this guy?"
The only way that would have made sense is if he was with Cody. That's the only way that makes sense.
That's the only way it makes sense.
But even still, with Ricky Starks was what was he even TNT? He was was he TNT champion over here? He didn't even have he had no memorable.
Ricky had the FTW belt,
which is not even a real belt.
Which is not even a real belt.
I mean,
was he a trios champion? I think he was.
He was a tag champion. I know he dropped the tag title because he.
Every time I saw Ricky Starks over there, he was just in a match,
Okay, so for the
watching.
record, he was I remember he was a tag champ because he lost those titles to Sting and Darby because they were gonna do Sting's last match against the Bucks.
That's what
Nastiness.
Happened. Yeah,
he was the FTW champion, but that was to help get Hook over.
Yeah,
and he's won a couple other random things like the Owen tournament and things like that. But he has not been he was never TNT International
Continental
Mickey Mouse,
none. All that. Yeah,
nope.
No. So
yeah,
Ricky didn't get any of those. So I think that he's in the perfect situation, the perfect ecosystem. He landed where I said he would land, where all y'all were trying to cuss me out and all that stuff, calling me a WWE shield. I never forgot about
Mark, bastard,
all that. You probably called me the N-word, a few times or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But ha, Ricky, it is Prada. Well, welcome to NXT.
You niggas can't dress no way, so
yeah. So it is what it is. Ricky Starks is in WWE now. Name wise, it's funny. It's very funny that he's not saying his name over yet. It's just really a shocking surprise and stuff like that. It's very, very cool, like what he's doing now. I was under the impression that he didn't own his name in terms of all of that, which honestly I wasn't too far off because he literally just trademarked his name like in 2024. So
he trademarked it right, and I was letting you cook because I saw your conversation in our Discord.
Yeah, that was Discord stuff.
But I remembered when he did it. He did it like as soon as he lost those titles and went off TV last year.
Trademarked.
That's when he did. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Which makes perfect sense. So
he knew he was out the door. So he was
So that gives Ricky that gives him the go ahead to say, hey, look, give me ideas to change my name. Yep. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like none of them, I'm just gonna go by Ricky Starks, and that's just what it is. So, but in the realm of that, you're allowing Starks and the Stark thing to just trend. You're allowing that to trend, and I think that's cool. I think that's really cool.
It reminds me, and what maybe this is just wrestling brain. I think they're doing the Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
Same mind, because I was going to say that. It reminds me very, very much.
That's what they're
Kevin
doing.
Nash and Scott Hall first got to WCW, and they didn't even say who they were because he couldn't go by Diesel and he couldn't go by Razor. So they had to just say, who we are, and know why we're here.
So imagine if
what I think Ricky is doing, probably.
Because imagine, we just said we don't know where he been, but like if Miro does the same thing, right? Then it's like, okay, there's an angle here where this is going. But even let's just keep it just Ricky. I'm just saying it reminded me very much so of
absolutely.
And I think the plan, if I'm them, because NXT Roadblock is at the theater at Madison Square Garden this time next month, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, we have our Vegas Stand and Deliver show. One of those two shows, I feel like, is when we're going to get the Ricky debut
match. Okay, yeah.
I
see that Roadblock. I'll say Roadblock first.
Roadblock makes sense, but I also have seen where they did this before when Shinsuke first got announced, and we didn't see Shinsuke in ring with Sammy until that time. Either way, build this shit up so that first match, whoever it is, I hope it's Trick Williams, hits. It's a moment. Like it's one of the moments where like they just look at the crowd and the crowd is going crazy because it's like this is what
it's really that also the opportunity to send Trick off.
That's what I'm saying.
From
It's
NXT, and then we're shifting into this new
Starks
era, the Stark era of
Yeah.
NXT. And I think that's a really great way to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting, bro. Like, I'm excited for him. I'm happy for Ricky. I know I can tell his energy, bro. He was like, I am free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell he wanted to be away. Like, he wanted to be away. Like, his Instagram stories has been funny as hell.
Dude,
he did with he got the luggage, and it's like he's saying bye brokies. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, and the luggage,
the Kendrick.
the luggage is an homage to Eddie with the Radicals, like when they popped up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like,
I mean, Jade, like best friend.
Jade over there, like, best friend, you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like all that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing I love, dog, is the fact that how much Jade had always been rooting for Ricky, and Ricky been rooting for Jade the entire time through this process, bro.
That Van Fleet interview told us a lot too. When he was still technically under contract, and he was like, "I don't give a fuck." Like, listen, like, why are you not on TV? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care. I just want to leave. Like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and hey, I know Cody is excited for him. I know. Punk is probably
Emperor Rhodes.
Yeah. Punk is probably gonna be like shaking him, like, I told you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, when they do when you know Punk loves popping up in NXT.
Yeah,
you know when that moment when they walk in the hall, it's like, oh, you're here.
You're here now, huh? Yeah, like, that's gonna be funny. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm happy for Ricky, man. Like, I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Hey, I probably said that back in 2022, late 23, when I said that to him, and here we go, 25, man. He's here now.
He's back.
So, hey,
and remember, he started off doing, security jobs and local.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, if most of the Nightmare Factory is over in WWE, why would you not want their prime star? So once again, Emperor Rhodes. When that happened, I'm pretty sure Cody was in some, like, I just picture him doing the Shawn Michaels with the binoculars and just taking them down and just smiling like
another. We here.
So yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Ricky, man. Shout out to Ricky. Ricky Starks is in NXT now. So hey, now we're on Malachi watch. I mean, it's funny though. I think it's really funny how you kept Malachi after the Royal Rumble. Not that I was expecting Malachi in the Royal Rumble, you know what I'm saying? But it's very funny to me.
Well, remember
how
you have,
did that.
But listen,
because if that guitar riff happened in that damn
Rumble, man,
boy, it would have been crazy.
Oh man, listen, you got the Judgment Day on Raw. You also have Karrion Kross there. Interesting things there. But we'll talk about that in a second.
You know what? On Raw,
we'll talk about that in a second. And this,
you know what? But you know what? Hey, we got to talk about Raw real quick. Then we got to jump into the NXT Vengeance Day card, and then we get out of here.
But I just wanted to say, yes, SmackDown has some things there. Yeah. He could, for all I care, he could just pop up and kick over Femi's face off Saturday at Vengeance Day. Maybe the lights go out, and
maybe he could. But let's talk about this week in wrestling real quick, and then we about to bounce.
Let's go.
Okay, let me point out something that it could be a red herring on Raw, maybe not. I don't know.
You know what I saw?
No,
that's crazy.
The Judgment Day.
It's crazy, bro.
I remember.
It's crazy.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember Dominic saying like, "Hey, I think we need a new member." And to Finn, he said that to Finn. You know what I'm saying? By the way, shout out to Finn. 10 years of Finn. Hey, Finn Balor. It's my guy. Shout out to Finn. 10 years, man. He said, I think we need a new member. Finn said, no, we don't need a new member. We don't need no new member. Y'all need to just tighten up. Y'all need to lock in over here. Because every time I'm away, it's always a problem. Y'all over here losing. Liv is bleeding. Like what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that new member is actually Malachi, bro.
Like, imagine, yo. Like,
well, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just funny.
It's funny. But I mean, to me, there's a Finn Judgment Day member, whether it's Dominic or Alistair, Malachi, that guy, Mania direction clearly there, clearly building up. So
yeah, something's on
the way.
Yeah. But I just want to throw that out there before we had talked about the rest of Raw.
Sure.
Raw was another solid, great show. The women showed out this week. Like they went absolutely crazy this week.
Federal.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a very women's wrestling, women's storyline centered show, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that a lot.
Yeah, some very interesting things happening.
I think this week they was like, yeah, we're about like this past few weeks we've been showing you star power. We've been showing you like the different things. Now we're going to show you a lot. We're going to center a lot of stuff around our women talent this week on Raw for Netflix. And I think they hit it right out the park. And they did a great tag team match with Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Fire match, really fire match. That was fire. Like Liv and Io was going crazy.
Man, hey, listen, I told you a while back it was a reason why I was getting tired of Rhea and Liv. Yeah. Not because I think they're bad characters. I just think that Liv's in-ring chemistry with women shorter than her. Like with the same shorter than Rhea.
Same size.
Because her and Io are like that.
Almost
and it's like
same height, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Rhea and her work, but it's like it reminds me of like go back and watch early, for those listening, early Taker Sean, not veteran Taker Sean, but like 90s Taker Sean, where it kind of felt like Sean was just doing the most and Taker was just out there just stiff, kind of.
That's big, and stiff. Yeah.
That's where it kind of felt like. So I don't know, but her and Io's chemistry.
They got great chemistry. Raquel was even great in this match. Dakota was good. You know, good to see Dakota Kai back
from that injury. Yeah,
from the injury and everything. But Damage Control gets the win. You know what I'm saying, which is also not only ranking them up in the tag division, but also Io gets a bit of a reward from Rhea Ripley. Where Rhea Ripley is like, yo, I don't owe you nothing, but I owe you something. You know what I'm saying? For costing you that number one contendership match. I mean, well, I'm sorry, the Elimination Chamber
number one contender. Yeah, I know what you meant. But just for clarification.
But yeah, just for clarification, I cost you that. So guess what? In 3 weeks after the Elimination Chamber on Raw, it's gonna be me and you for the Women's World Championship.
Now
so that's gonna be a banger.
Now to continue on with that. Great night the women had. Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Oh yeah. Fire.
Now there are key, and Bailey goes on to win in a very close match. I couldn't call it either way, which is what I love to see. I don't want to be able to call
Bailey been working this week, bro.
Now let's talk about this. Okay. It hasn't been confirmed yet. But there's all but rumors that Roxanne Perez will be a Monday Night Raw superstar.
Yeah, I think it's headed there. I mean, wasn't she there? I don't know if she was there again this week. Oh no, she was messing with her on NXT.
She was messing. They've been on NXT going at it, but she's been interviewed backstage on Raw.
Yeah, she is.
So here's the thing. Okay. We're going to talk about NXT, but Bailey and her are in a triple threat match this weekend. and Io is gonna face Rhea.
Actually, it's a fatal 4-way.
Oh, it is a fatal 4-way. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But Io's gonna face Rhea. Bayley's in this Elimination Chamber match. Seems to me like we're gonna get a fresh challenger for Rhea for Mania. And that's where it gets very, very tricky and interesting because
I right now, I don't think so. For Rhea.
You're still going with this Liv thing.
No.
Oh,
I think it's Charlotte. Okay. I think Charlotte and Rhea are doing it again because Rhea keeps talking. She keeps talking. She's like, "Yo, Charlotte over here acting like she don't want to make up her mind and everything. She know it's me, so she needs to like it's going to turn into almost like that Triple H Undertaker thing where choose me, pick me, like let's do this at WrestleMania. Like that's what Rhea is like on that Hunter side.
So you
of it
think
because it's like, you know, Charlotte's like, yeah, you beat me at WrestleMania, but you know I beat you too. So it's like,
okay. I mean,
you know,
we talked about it on the post show. Room for the trilogy.
I think they're trying to make this a rivalry. That's the reason. Like I'm thinking they're trying to do a trilogy here so they can tell the story later on. That's why
now
they're gonna do 3.
That begs the question for me then. Who's there for Tiffany?
At first, my choice would have been Tiffany, but I don't think we're there yet in terms of Tiffany. Like I don't think there's enough this yet for Tiffany and Charlotte to happen yet. Because you want to know why? Because you can do Tiffany and Charlotte anywhere else. You can do it at SummerSlam. You can do it.
You can. Okay, you can, and I agree with you that you can
as a starter, and then eventually you'll do Tiffany Charlotte at WrestleMania.
But
I just don't think this is the one.
See, this is what Io not being in this chamber is what throws us all off. Because if Io was in this chamber, then it would have definitely been like, okay, Io maybe wins, and then we get Rhea Io at Mania, and then we get Charlotte Tiffany, because that's what we were all thinking. Then when they said, hey, no, you're gonna get this on Raw, and pretty sure Io is probably gonna have some interesting moment in Mania. I mean, even if it's
beating Bianca and Naomi,
that's Mania, a moment. But here, that's another thing about Bianca and Naomi. Jade.
Yeah, you don't know what Jade, but we don't know if Jade is gonna be back for WrestleMania.
We don't know if Jade's gonna be back. So there's no sign of Miss Quinn either. Rebecca Quinn Lynch.
There's no Becky.
And don't forget this, guys. WrestleMania is the show of shows. It's the attraction. So
showcase of immortals.
You're not gonna always get the one-on-ones. So
yeah.
Who has Finn Balor been beefing with?
Finn has been beefing with
mainly, like that they've been teasing.
Well, he was done with Damian. He's been beef. Oh, well, he just started beefing with Seth again.
Take Seth out of it. I'm talking.
But no, it ain't Seth. I know that.
I'm talking Dominic Mysterio.
He's been beefing with Dom. Yeah,
he's been Lil Boy and Dom for
he's been Lil Bro and Dom a lot. Yeah.
All right, Dom and Liv are like this.
Mm-hmm.
Who did Finn teach how to wrestle?
Bex. Oh, hey. Maybe.
I mean,
but
I don't know.
There needs to be I don't know if there needs to be a face heel. I don't know if Finn is not showing that he wants to go face right now.
He's also sometimes with some of these face turns, sometimes you got to get jumped out the set.
Yeah.
So I can see, and especially with JD McDonough getting hurt, maybe this was the way. Because I mean, I don't think we're at the Dominic face turn yet.
I don't think so either.
So I feel like, okay, what better shitty way to get Dom more heat than that? But that's just my prediction. My predictions have been wrong. I'm just throwing some ideas out there. I just say all that to say anything can happen, but it's great to be at this point where we truly don't know for sure what's going to happen next.
And the thing is, like, I mean, like, shoot, when Tiffany first came up, I was like, oh yeah, this is Charlotte, right? Yeah, Tiffany Charlotte, right now, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, but then I'm looking like, Charlotte wins the, like, I mean, this is before Charlotte came back. Of course, Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble. Rhea Ripley's champion again. Oh yeah, yep. We're doing this again. And it's just, and I think, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because, like, again, they main event at night one of WrestleMania 39. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally had one of the best matches of that entire night. That entire main. That was WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood.
They main evented that night? I
thought that was main evented at night. They main evented.
No, that was a tag match. That was a tag match.
The tag match main event at night. They were a co-main event.
They were co-main. Yeah,
they were right before.
It ain't been.
I think this is the chance for them to main event a night now. Like, if you want to do it, I think this is the time to do it. I understand what's happening on the Punk, Seth, Roman side of things right now.
I was gonna bring that up later, but all right.
But I think they're like, okay, we might actually do this again where we got a women's match main event one of the nights, and I think it'd be night one. But hey, that's just me.
Okay. I mean, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up when we wrap it up.
You got them about to go for part 3 after you just did Cody Roman back to back.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, let's go with your scenario, dog. You have them two for that's Rhea Charlotte 3 for all the bragging rights.
For 3.
You have Cody, maybe Cena. I don't know. Maybe Cena, maybe Drew. Who knows? Cody, somebody. Triple threat. as I joked before. Triple threat. And then Jay and Gunther.
I don't think Jay and Gunther main event.
Oh, so okay, I asked you this.
I don't think they main event.
I asked you on the post show, and you were like, "Hey, did you not hear the 70,000?"
No, I heard that. Like, yeah, and I said that, and I don't think that'll be no different. I really don't think it'll be no different, main event or not. I don't think it'll be any different. When you have literally the chance to do a part 3 of Charlotte and Rhea, where there's Jay Uso, yes, 70,000 people on their feet, hands over, they love Rhea just as much.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just bringing up.
They got the co-main, and remember that was an issue back then. Even then, like, I won't say an issue, but that was a talked about thing, was why won't you give Rhea and Charlotte the main event? Because Rhea and Charlotte, I don't care what nobody says, part 2 was definitely better than that tag match with KO and Sammy versus the Usos.
Moment
it was better.
The moment
was cool bigger, for Sammy and KO.
But the match with Rhea
and Charlotte was definitely better than that tag match.
Man, and that is what is making me think that they may just pull some swerves on us on this road, because it's like, I get where you're coming from. It's hard not to put them at the top if you do that, because it's like, all right, this is the trilogy. I mean, shit,
it's the trilogy. It's the end all. But
the thing about it is, I've been paying attention, and I mean, I'm just covering Raw as a whole.
Yeah.
With everything that's been going on with Sammy and KO.
Oh, and then they look like they gonna be having a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
But hold up. Hold up. Where's Randy?
I don't know where Randy is. I mean, Randy.
Listen,
look.
no. This is the point I'm making. It's literally a crazy road to WrestleMania because people will be missing on that card, and some people will need to just sit down and recognize that Friday before Mania and Raw after Mania are literally going to be pay-per-view level shows.
Yeah, so, and that's why I think like a Randy Orton is. Like, I don't think Randy Orton, outside of like having a great WrestleMania segment this year, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean for me,
cool, you know what I'm saying? For me, like that's what Randy Orton fits right now. He don't fit in these main event pictures, bro. Like,
to me, Randy
don't fit in these.
Only thing that Randy Orton could do that I think will be cool is if the direction is not Cody Cena, Cena Randy 1-on-1 at Mania,
because it never happened.
Because it never happened would be fire.
Yeah,
that could be a good, because the whole thing that they've been building to is John hasn't won a match, right? Hasn't won a singles match in so long. That could be an interesting run if they do that, because to me personally, as great as Cody and Cena at Mania would be, I think Cody Cena at SummerSlam seems bigger for some reason. I don't know what it is. To me, maybe it's because it's the first 2 nights SummerSlam. Maybe it's because
you have 2 nights of SummerSlam.
Maybe it's because John Cena has been really more so Mr. SummerSlam than he has been Mr. WrestleMania. Like, his iconic moments have happened in SummerSlam to me. I don't know, but it's something to pay attention to. But I think John Cena, Randy at Mania would be a fire, Legends match, a cool 15-minute, match. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see as the things form.
But Rhea and Charlotte headlining will be fire.
Yeah,
I'm down for Rhea Bianca. By the way, just throwing that out there. Whatever match it is, they've set Rhea and Tiffany up in a great position. So salute to both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I think it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting to see where we go. Going back to Raw, Royal Raiders and Creed brothers do their thing. Ends in DQ. Julius Creed does something. I don't know where we're going with this, but hey, whatever. We're here.
I think my son Chad Gable is about to turn.
Chad Gable's on the road to trying to find the source to kill all luchas. So shout out to Chad Gable.
Which I think that's a AAA run. I think he goes to
probably.
I feel like Dominic gave him Conan's number. I think that's what the reveal is.
Yeah, probably. AJ Styles has a great segment. AJ Styles,
he's got his theme back, by the way.
He's got his theme back, thank God. Also, shout out to everybody that's been slandering Def Rebel. Keep up the good work. Keep going. Let's get them out of here, bro. Come on.
Hey man, start paying rappers.
Yeah,
and
let's get
producers.
CFOs back, and let's get back to let's get some rappers and producers out there. I want somebody to walk out to Alchemist and Harry Fraud beats.
I mean, even the homies. Hey man, let Troy Cameron and Kensei, DJ Cass,
a lot of the
there you go, all y'all, bro.
Get some of that WWE money.
Yeah.
Logan Paul defeated Rey Mysterio in Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So Logan Paul joins Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk in the Chamber, along with John Cena.
And the last 2 matches, which will be Priest, Fatu, Strowman triple threat, and then Seth and Finn 1-on-1.
Yep, Seth and Finn 1-on-1 next week. I'm looking forward to watching that one.
Finn taking. I'm sorry, bro, but
You think Finn is beating Seth? Penn Balor. Yeah, Penn.
I was trying not to say it, man. I think
It may not be clean though. It may not be clean.
Oh no!
It may not be clean.
With this, brother, I've been paying attention. He went from red flames to purple and green.
Yeah.
For his entrance, Seth is turning, dog.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
Like full blown soon. And I will not be surprised if Tribal Man decides to disrupt some people's WrestleMania plans during that chamber night as well.
Hey, he might. He might.
Yeah.
You never know. Oh, yeah, he might.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, we do have NXT Vengeance Day this Saturday. As of this recording, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you publicly, it'll be out next week, so it'll be after NXT Vengeance Day. Just to run down this card real quick, we have Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. Javon was cleared on NXT to have this match. He's ready to get it back in blood on Ethan Page. How you feeling about that?
I'm going Ethan Page. I think this sets up a rubber match at Roadblock or Stand and Deliver, where Javon overcomes the odds of the injury and then he gets pushed into a single title picture after that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Salute. This is crazy happening in Black History Month, but hey, we're here. A strap match. Trick Williams versus Eddie Thorpe. Hopefully this is the match that finally gets Eddie Thorpe up out of here. And this is why I'm happy that that Starkman is here. Eddie Thorpe stinks. I'm sorry.
This man is not fucking with Eddie Thorpe, bro.
I don't rock with Eddie Thorpe.
I think it's first off, shout out to Ethan Page. I don't think I mentioned this before, but him getting that push / rub from Dwayne a few weeks back.
Oh yeah.
Still was very
Get your sweet ass up out of here.
Yeah.
I know he corpsed when he walked off the camera like, dog, this dude just smacked.
Well, you remember he said in the Van Fleet interview,
he said he's always wanted to like
do it, and then that happened. So like, yeah.
So that happened.
Trick, the crowd yelling "whoop that Trick" while he beats a Native American man's ass is very, very 1980s.
Very coded.
Very 1980s, but
yeah.
Sean also came up in the 80s, so hey, this is not surprising.
NXT Tag Team Championship match. Now, something else interesting is happening. Oh my god, yeah.
I told you, nigga.
Worst fears.
I told you.
This will be later. I guess Fraxium is probably sooner or later going to face the Hardy Boys on the TNA side of things.
Yeah,
I really hope it's on TNA and nowhere near NXT. But whatever, man. I lost. It's cool. But Fraxium is going against Josh Briggs and Yosuke Imimara.
They've been cooking too. By the way. They've been strong. He come over
from Noah. Okay,
yes,
cool. That's what I thought. Okay, so that's going to be. I think that's going to be a great match. Now that you say that. I don't think Fraxium loses here because you see what they're teasing with the Hardys, bro.
Okay, but somebody got to take it off of these niggas, man.
Like, somebody got to, but dude, they doing the Hardys thing.
I know they're doing the Hardys thing, but I'm saying that somebody has to take it off of them because I am sick and tired of these DIY close ass finishes, man. Like it's only so much of that I can take. And I love DIY. I love those matches from back then. It's just when you were in it and it was happening so much. It's like, all right, bro, how many times are you going to kick out at 2.97? Like, I get it.
I get it. Happening, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But yeah, I got Fraxium there too.
I got Fraxium, man.
Yeah. NXT Women's North American Championship match. Another incoming banger. Fallon Henley versus Stephanie Valkyrie. I think this is it. Stephanie's about to win this belt.
I want Stephanie to win, but they may pull some bullshit as far as like 3-on-1 and all that. But Stephanie, hit her with the driver, take us home.
Yeah, take us home. I think it's time for the
give us a marquee matchup with either Zarya or someone else that's up and coming on that roster, or maybe even somebody on the Raw or SmackDown roster that has a nice marquee matchup with Stephanie at these next two events. And also, just for clarification, Roadblock, if I'm not mistaken, is a TV special that'll be at the theater.
Oh, so it'll be on
CW.
On CW.
So the next PLE will be Stand and Deliver after this. So
okay, got you.
Throw that out there.
The NXT Women's Championship match. We have a fatal 4-way. There's Julia versus Bayley versus Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade. And I believe Cora Jade must have got into this match from pinning Bayley on NXT.
She did, because Ava came out and
rewarded
her, which to the dismay of Roxanne Perez, mind you.
Yeah.
So I have Julia winning, and I feel like this gets us to the eventual Julia and Jordan Grace match.
Probably. Oh yeah. I think so too.
Which will feed families.
Yes, feed families. Definitely feed families. Like they like to say on the Twitter hellscape.
Yes.
And finally, we have the NXT Championship match. We have Obafemi versus Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller. If there's one match I am completely uninterested in, it is this one.
All right, man.
It's Oba.
Oba, but the thing is like, all right, after this, what do you do with Oba? Like, because I don't know. I don't.
Well,
know.
Here's the thing.
I do have one. I have one random idea. After
there are two people out there. Well, I know one of them is not necessarily free yet. The other one is. They're both TNA guys. One of them being Josh Alexander, the other one Alex Hammerstone. But I don't know. And didn't he already beat Hammerstone?
Hammerstone, yes, he did, because
he already beat
Tony D'Angelo hired him to take care of that.
And he already beat Hammerstone. So no. Maybe
wishful thinking,
but wishful thinking. But I don't. There's one belt I just don't care about right now. It is the NXT Championship belt.
All right,
I don't.
If you really want to like you gotta do something crazy. Like I gotta see like. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Get my real Nigerian in there, man. Get Omos in there, dog. Fuck it. If we gonna do this, like, fuck it. Why the fuck not at this point, right? Like, get. I will be watching this probably later that night, because I do have some plans Saturday, so I might be home in time to catch this. I might not. We'll see. But I just will say that I am like AJ. I'm gonna need Sean and Lee Fitting and the whole team to show me something. Because on Raw, I'm interested. On SmackDown, it's steady. It's week to week steady. I mean, even Solo came back and sent Cody to hell. But this NXT Men's Championship, God, please, just somebody give me some hope with Oba, something, man. I don't care who it is, just anybody but Oba. To all those who are Femites out there, cool.
Yeah, cool. I mean, what y'all want to see? Y'all just want to see him stack both of them and just do some Samoan F5 shit and then pin both of them, and then that's the end. And then I get it. That's what y'all want to see. Cool. I don't care. But hey, whatever, man.
Let Julia fail 4-way headline.
Please let them close the show. Please. All these other matches, I think I'm here for.
Unless Obafemi is about to get his ass beat by somebody at the end of the show.
Yeah, I
don't want to see that. I don't want to see him just hoisting the title and that's it. No.
Yeah, I don't care. Like,
nope.
Like, but hey, but yeah, man, that's NXT Vengeance Day. The card looks better than Deadline. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it does. I will say this though. We talk a lot about wrestling and all that, but I did want to ask you one question before we got up out here.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Canelo making the greatest decision of his life by not taking that Jake Paul fight and giving us what we want for September, my brother?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. What happened was that there was too much friction and all that stuff, and then Turkish Ali Sheik, the Prince, called Canelo, told him to turn the TV on, and then he saw drone footage of his compound, of his home, and then he said, all I have to do is push a button and I will wipe your whole compound away.
So what you're telling me is that Turkish Al Sheikh called Saul Alvarez.
Yes, he called Saul
and
Alvarez.
Said,
because there's no problem with Terrence. It's no problem with Terrence.
He called Saul and said, Cero
Mel. Yes, he did. And then he said, yes, sir. He said it clear too. He said it clear, like
with his accent,
not the accent. No accent. He said it like how I just said it. He said, yes, sir.
He said, yes, sir, like that. Okay.
And then he called Jake Paul and he said, hey, go fuck yourself. And then we're on. And then,
boy,
hey, man, I ain't rocking with Turkish Ali Sheik. I ain't playing with him, bro. I'm not messing with him. He got an orbital gun. I'm not doing it. Four fights, by the way. Started in May. I'm not playing. Hey, four fights. It's Riyadh season, brother. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can say.
Ain't got nothing else, man.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Go check out the winter break tape.
I've never seen nothing so fast. I've never seen. There's no way. And Canelo not a hoe. He not no hoe. Like, he's not a hoe. No.
Do you know how Netflix would have turned the fuck up if they would have had this fight with Canelo? Dog. What? What?
No. Turkish Ali Sheik. He said no. Not me.
The cross promotion between WWE and every bro. Come on.
Yeah. No. He showed him his compound. He said, I know where you sleep. I know what time you sleep.
He said, I know when your kids go take a shit.
I know when you turn it. I know when you blend a smoothie in the morning. Man, don't play with me, bro. Yeah, that's it. Salute.
Hey, man.
That's game. Hey, man. Super fights on the way. It's a good year for boxing. We're back. We back. As Larry said, the winter break tape is out. Check that out on Spotify and Apple Music.
Thank you for coming on the last episode of Show Your Work. That was great.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Great time. I've been bumping New Edition all week. For those that don't get that joke, go check out the last episode.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a great episode, man. Montoya. Hey, man, we out of here, yo.
Hey,
peace. Thank you for listening to Mid Carters and Catering Podcast, a weekly podcast focused on pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Mid Carters and Catering Podcast is created and executive produced by Amir Johnson. Music, Miami Boulevard by Offbeat Ninja and Maple by Blair North. Special thanks goes out to Show Your Work Network and Guessing from the Stands podcast. Mid Carters and Catering is powered by The Union.